Hey everyone, welcome back. It's time for another drawing video, and today I'm going to show you what I consider to be an easy way to draw the face at any angle. Now you may have seen this before, it's a face, you've got one, but no, what I'm really trying to say here is that it's actually not too difficult to draw a face at any angle. Now it helps obviously to have as much knowledge as you can about how the face is constructed, but for beginners, when you're just starting, you just want to get into the drawing as quickly as possible. So you learn, obviously by drawing some eyes and a mouth, that you've got a face looking forward, but how do you draw a face looking this way? Well, what I do before I draw a face, to make the whole process easier, what I usually do is I draw this. It's a plus sign. Now, if you've drawn faces before, you can probably already imagine what this face is going to look like because you've seen it before, but this is what I had actually imagined in my mind. If I were to draw the plus sign like this, you can already imagine that the face is going to be face front, and the eyes are here, and the mouth is there. Now, if you want to do it the really accurate way, what you could do is get an idea of the anatomy of the head. You know, you've got like the cranial portion, which comes down to the brow ridge, which then comes down to the eye level, which is a certain number of lengths in measurement down to the chin, coming down to the jawline, and then you've got like a really accurately shaped head. As you can see, this is not super accurately shaped, but this is another way to draw the head at any angle, and it's really accurate because you just use a very basic circle and then you go from there trying to get to the other parts of the head. But the method I'm showing you today is just something to get a quick result so you can start drawing, and then you can learn your anatomy as you go along over the next few weeks or the next few months or the next few years. And personally, even though I've learned how to draw the head using a circle shape and then going on to the rest of the parts of the head like the jaw and the chin and the nose and the eyes and all that, when I draw characters, I generally don't start like this. I still find it easier to do this instead. So if I've got a character looking facing to the down and to the left, they're going this way. If I've got them looking up and to the right, I'll have them facing this way. And if I've got them facing straight down, I'll have them this way, or straight up like this. And as you can see, the plus sign, which is just resting on the face of a sphere, is all I really need to know to give me information about which way the face is looking. So let's try it slowly in practice. Let's say that I've got a character looking straight forward. Well, what I might do is I'll draw this line here. It could be very, very rough. I could draw multiple lines, however many that I need, in order to get an idea of where the center of the face is going to be. And then after that, I will go and draw an oval for the head. Once you've drawn a few hundred ovals, you eventually get a sense for how big you want the oval to be. And now I've pretty much got an idea for the shape of the head and where I want to put the features. Now for a teenage to adult character, you can have the eyes pretty much here in the center of the face, draw the eyes along this line here, and then have the mouth somewhere down here. And now I'll show you the face from a few different angles. So let's say we're looking up. In that case, you can see that the curvature of that sphere will be bent more like an N shape, and then you've got the line coming straight down like this. And if the character were looking down, you can see it'd have more of a U shape on that sphere, and then again, a straight line coming down like this. To fill in the actual shapes of the head, you can see by filling in the circle, like so. This is what I was imagining. I was just imagining a line for where the eyes are and a line for the center of the face, rolling around a sphere like this. It's not really a sphere, it's more of an oblong bean shape. The same for the face looking down. I'm going to just fill in the rest of the spherical shape of the head, and as you can see, I had this plus sign rolling around the bean shape. Now if I want a slightly angled shape, I'll draw the plus sign on a bend like so, and a straight line for the horizontal, and facing to the other direction, I'll do the exact same thing. So a bent line like so, and a straight line for the horizontal. If I fill in the rest of the sphere, you can see I'm basically just wrapping that plus sign around a spherical shape Same thing on this side. I think the important thing to remember here is that this line here and this line here are completely horizontal. I haven't rotated the head at all. And when the head goes up and down, this line in the center hasn't rotated at all. You've got a bend here for where the eyes are, but the line in the middle is straight. And vice versa when the face is looking to the left or to the right. And now for the fun part. What if you've got a character who's looking sideways but also downward? Well, I'll do exactly that. I'll just bend the eye curve like so, and I'll also bend the vertical curve for the front of the face. And if I fill in the circle, you can see what I was imagining was that it's just the front of the face is bending like so, and the eye line is also bending, and it's facing in this direction. In fact, I'll draw a 3-dimensional arrow so you can kind of see. Now let's say I wanted them to be doing the opposite, so they're looking to the side and also up. It's the same thing. So the vertical line is curved instead of straight, and the line for the actual eye level is also curved, like so. And if I fill in the circle, you can see that what I was imagining was more of a sphere like this. Again, I said sphere, but it's obviously not a sphere for the shape of the head. It's also not perfect. I mean, as I go through the drawing, I'll just adjust this line until I figure out exactly where it's supposed to be. But when you're sketching, you just want the rough directions and the shapes and the volumes of things. Just to complete this diagram, let's draw the bottom left one as well. So I've got curved lines over here, and the face is looking down to this direction. And in the top right, I've also got another one curved for the vertical front of the face and curved for the eye level. Draw the rest of the face in like so, and as you can see, now I've got the face. So if you've got this far, congratulations. You can pretty much draw the face at any angle now, but let's see what it actually looks like when we turn this into a face. So I'll just go on here to the layer palette, and I'll just make this a little bit more transparent so that I can draw over the top of it. I'll create a new layer that I can draw on top of, go back to the drawing and zoom in. So let's say that we've chosen this face, which was looking down and to the left. I'll clean up the plus sign until it's actually the exact angle that I want it to be. Clean up the shape of the head. I've got this bulbous circle here for the cranium, and then I've got a jawline coming down here. Again, I think when you're starting to draw, there are many different methods that you can take, but getting something on paper really is kind of the important thing at the start. In fact, a lot of people don't draw this at all. They're just like, I know what a character looks like when they're looking down. They'll just draw the eyes first and then draw the rest of the face and the ears and the hair. And you know what? You can have a really cool, highly stylized illustration like this. But that's not the method that we're using today. What I'm showing you is for people who want a little bit more consistency, but they haven't quite mastered anatomy yet. So the plus sign, the outline of the head, chin, jaw, neck. Then zooming in a little bit closer, let's see, I want the hairline to be a little bit like so. I'll draw the eyes somewhere around here, a couple dots for the eyes, a little bit of a highlight. I usually have the nose somewhere close to this center line. I often get criticized for drawing it a little bit too far back, but this is just a really fast sketch, so whatever. And then I'll have the mouth under the nose, somewhere between the nose and the chin. May have overdone it on the mouth here. I sometimes put a line underneath the mouth to show the shadow of the lower lip. And then hair. We'll just have some swooping hair, a little bit like my hair in real life. An ear, somewhere where the jaw connects to the rest of the head. More swoopy hair. Just shade in the rest of the hair and viola. You've got a face looking down and to the left. This is obviously a terrible illustration, but as you can see, at least there is a face looking down and to the left. And essentially, you could do the same thing for any of these drawings. You could have, an eye shape here where they're looking up, have the nose like so, and then the mouth, a bit of shading down here. Might even put in some lines for the chin, the rest of the head, the ears. Could go in here, could do it for the face looking to the right. Have the eyes along this line here. Also have the other eye on the other side. The nose coming out, mouth. Have some of the cheek. Have the jaw line like so. And then have the neck visible. Also have some kind of crazy, funky hairstyle. Or I could have a face that's looking up and to the left. Again, just reinforce this plus shape. Know that I want to have an eye over here, and a nose coming off the top center line like so. Have the mouth like this. Have some shading underneath the lip. Have the cheekbone, the jaw coming like so. Back of the jaw, the ear connecting to the rest of the head, the opposite side eye, and also just some super funky hair, and voila, a character looking up and to the left. So there you have it. This is not a tutorial to show you the correct way to draw a face at any angle. This is a tutorial to show you how to get started quickly, because you can take any path you want to learning art. You can take the anatomical route where you learn all the anatomy first, or you can just draw randomly without any of these base sketches and then just continually refine that rough until it becomes a final piece of line art. There's unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, no correct way to learn how to draw, but something like this, you know, basically a plus sign going this way or a plus sign going this way. This takes literally less than 10 seconds, and if you're one of those people who is unable to draw a face that is this angle or this angle, then simply using this plus sign will turn the number of angles that you can draw from 1 and 2 into thousands of angles. Literally any angle that you can imagine with just a plus sign and a circle, a plus sign and a circle, a plus sign and a circle. Super upward looking plus sign and a circle. Really, this one tool is going to massively increase the number of things that you can draw. Listen, that is all for today. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to check out this video as well. I'm sure you're absolutely going to love it. I've got Clip Studio Paint tutorials, but I'm also going to be doing more of these quick tutorials on just simple things like drawing faces, drawing bodies, drawing objects. If you want to see those videos, be sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like the video if you haven't already, and leave a comment. Is there anything you'd like to see how I do specifically? Leave a comment below and I'll try and make a video for it. So that is all for today's video. I can't wait to see you in the next one.